One thing that makes Hungarian Tarokk tricky for beginners is that people often assume it's going to be a normal game where, like in normal games, you bid because you think your cards are good enough that you're going to win. It's not always. In Tarokk, the bidding is largely about coded information. Here's a little trick. In this game, pretend you're Sylvia, the woman with the red pigtails at the bottom there. Now Hannah, immediately before her, just bid 3. Beginners will often assume that if you're in Sylvia's position, you need a pretty good hand to overbid Hannah and bid 2. That's not the case. Most experienced players, if they hold an honour, even if they got a pretty average hand or pretty weak hand even, will still call 2 there. Now, here's the reason why. One of two things is going to happen. If you've bid 3 and then another person has bid 2, you can't pass unless you hold the 20. Now, if Hannah holds the 20 and she has a pretty good hand, she can pass. Doesn't have to, but she can. This means that Sylvia, who bid 2, will win the bidding and Hannah will be her partner. Sylvia will be pretty happy with that because that means that Hannah's probably got a high honour, so the 21 or the skiers, and she's got the 20. And so between the two of them, assuming that Sylvia must have also had an honour to bid, probably have a pretty good hand between them. So that's a good outcome for Sylvia. The only caveat with that is actually from Hannah's point of view. If Hannah's thinking of passing and just letting herself be called as partner, she wants to have a fairly strong hand. So, maybe 5 or more Tarokks plus one of the high honours. Simply because Sylvia will assume that if Hannah has passed and yielded the game to her, she'll be assuming that Hannah has a pretty good hand. Now, the other outcome, and this is actually much more likely, is that Hannah did not have the 20, and in that case, she must hold the bid of 2 or even raise it. Now, Sylvia probably won't end up being her partner, but she's weakened Hannah's position by reducing the number of cards that Hannah can get from the talon. So either way, it's generally going to be in Sylvia's best interest to just bid 2 after the person before her has bid 3. So next time you're playing, give it a go. If the person before you bids 3 and then you're straight after them and you've got an honour, bid 2. Even if your hand's garbage, bid 2. Things will work itself out.